So today we're just going to do a quick unboxing. Got a sample box from one of my clients out in China. She sent me some oolongs. Her father does some great oolongs. So let's see what we got in the box. My samples inside. Nice. Oolong Tea. Oolong Tea. And these are all from her father's most recent harvest. Do we see? And Yashizane. So later on today, I am going to do a live and we're going to do a steeping. And I haven't decided yet which one I'm going to go for. So I'm going to reach out to her and just kind of get some information on each one so I can bring it to you. Okay, let's see what this one smells like. This is the Shin Hasagami Yanjing. Okay, this is mild. You know what? Maybe we could just do the steeping now. Got KCRW in the background. I don't have any clients coming in at the moment, so why not? So let me get set up here. Got my travel set here, so we'll just go ahead and bust that open. This live vid, it's still kind of weird for me, even though I know it's been around forever. But, you know, everything takes a little getting used to, right? See my little setup. I'm kind of like, where is she? Not my day break. That's where all my great ideas come. You know, when I'm not when the day gig's done. So actually, I've already pre-washed everything this morning, just so I would be prepared. In the instance, I decided to do an impromptu tea session, and because I did receive this package yesterday, I decided, you know what? Let's do it. So let's see. And I'm actually going to do just a kind of quick wipe of everything. Like I said, I did just wash everything. So it's just myself. But set it up as though you're having tea with me as well. Didn't bring my tea tongs, but it's fine. I need a travel tea tool set. But I thank you for joining me. I decided, you know, I might as well do this. You know, I've been in the tea business side of the industry since about set up shop in 2007 where I actually was selling it, but I was probably about 7 or 8 when I first got introduced to tea. So my family is traditionally from New Orleans, and my grandmother actually is the one who introduced me to tea. It was in her cabinet. She lived in Inglewood, California. They were part of that migration from New Orleans. of people that it came. I think it might have been in the late 50s, early 60s, and a lot of people migrated from New Orleans and came to California. Some people went from other parts of the South to different places like Mississippi to Chicago, I believe. But again, my family came from New Orleans, Louisiana, 7th Ward Hardhead, to Los Angeles, California. And my grandmother, I was at her house. It was not too long after my grandfather Lawrence had transitioned on into the greater realms, and tea was there. It was a box, red and yellow, was in the cabinet. Asked my grandmother what it was, and she said it was tea, but she said you probably won't like it because for us, tea is medicine. And so, that got me intrigued because she's like, yeah, we're from New Orleans. In New Orleans, the herbs, the teas, that's what we use for medicine when we're sick. I tried a tea, and I have to tell you, my 7-year-old self was like, so hit it with a little just regular old white sugar. And every single time I visited my grandmother after that time period, just a quick COVID, my hands are already washed, but I'm no touching stuff, so just whatever. But anyway, but every time I visited after that point, I always had to get my cup of tea. It was just customary. It's what we did, I love it, now as a certified herbalist and a certified tea specialist. I utilize tea as a social beverage. It's a very meditative, relaxing drink, but also with the herb knowledge that I currently have now, I also use it for traditional medicine. All right, so let's get started. So today, again, and I'm probably saying it's Fang Hasamjumi Lanjang. I am probably butchering this, but I will talk to my vendor over there. She's super awesome. I think the hours are flipped right now, but I'll get the exact for you. Okay, so my computer's doing something. Let me do this. Let me hit the charger on it just so we don't cut out. Okay. Seat of tools alongside me. Okay, CRW is going in. As they always do. All right, so we are all set. I should probably hit myself with another dose of Sani, but I feel like we're all out here getting drunk on hand sanitizer. It's alcohol being absorbed in our hands and things like that. All right, so what we're going to do, let me just go ahead and pour a bit of this here into my kettle. You know what? Before one second. I want to overdo. Yeah, I'll do it again. And typically, I would do this a little different. So I'm going to kind of double back. But bear with me because, again, this is the first live. They say, you know what? If you don't do it, you'll never get it done. So, for all things, let's get it done. Pre-boiled the water. This is amazing. This was several hours ago. Clean up my mess here. I used my tea towel as my So I'm gonna pour the hot water in my fairness cup. And granted, I am using all my travel tools today because I'm not home and I'm not in the steep studio. So what I'm gonna do, I've got some hot water, and all I'm really gonna do right now, I'm just gonna warm the cup. So I've warmed my share vessel. So I'm going to go ahead and warm the cups here. All right. So we've got the cups kind of warmed up. Just going to dump that out there. This thing is going to work too full. Dump that hot water out of there. And we're going to take this remaining water. And I didn't warm the vessel like I was supposed to, but bear with me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to warm it with the leaves in here. We're going to give this a little bit of a swirl. And then I'm going to go ahead and pour some of this out. So now that this is warmed, we'll pour this into the share pot. See if I can get a better view here. So we'll pour this into the share pot here. Okay, so this is a nice astringent, pungent type of an oolong. All right, so we'll just pour that liquor out here. Pour this out here. So the first steep, this is called rinsing the tea. The reason you want to rinse the tea is because you want to pull any debris that may have been left on the tea from the processing plant. So that's why you want to rinse the tea from any dust, debris, any pests like microbial pests that may have gotten into it. Maybe not so microbial. Sometimes you see, kind of what they call pantry pests. All right, so we've done our first steep here. So now that I've used that as a dumping bowl, I remember to travel with one of those. I'm going to go ahead and add water to our leaves for our drinking. All right, so we've gone ahead, you can see that steam coming off. So we're going to go ahead and then we're going to put our lid on here. All right, so then we're going to take nice little finger thumb rest here. That way, because this pot is actually very hot and it collects the heat, but these lovely thumb rests on the side allow you to pick up the pot without burning your hands, and then you can easily pour it into our share pot here. Okay, now with that, so now our tea is steeped for its first infusion. Then what we're going to do is, again, finger and thumb rest here so you don't burn your hands. We're going to pour off from our share pot. All right, so what we're going to do, then I'm going to go ahead, so this will be for you, and this will be for me. We'll pick this up, and in 1, 2, and 3s, cool it, take in the aroma. Very light. I say very light, very mild, kind of orchid taste in the back. Yeah. So it's light. So that's our first steep. So that's the first infusion here. I'm going to go ahead and take yours as well as happy ingredient is helping you out. Okay, so that was the first infusion here. All right. So these are our tea leaves. They've been steeped and strained. All right. So we're going to go ahead, got some more water here. We're going to do our second steep. And again, with the Chinese tea tradition, even Taiwanese teas too, you do it in a 1, 2, 3. And so it's just quick. You just kind of take it, let it rest in the mouth, kind of get that full mouth. That second one, you're kind of taking it down, getting that full umami. The umami is just the kind of taste, the pungency that the tea gives off. That is your tea liquor. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to pour this into our fairness cup here. Again, nice finger and thumb. So we've got our liquor. Again, I'm gonna pour yours and mine. Okay, so again, here's for you, here's yours, and again, here is mine. For you, for me. Number 1. Getting kind of apricots here, almost orchidy. 2. No apricot back there. Yep, and 3. And again, because we don't want yours to go to waste, you're gonna have that too. Yeah. I'm getting a little excited for this next steep because as I steep it further, the flavors are becoming more and more rich. I would say that this would be a great kind of everyday oolong. You know, certain oolongs are just very prized, something that you want to keep in your tea. A nice tea storage vessel, you know, where you can preserve the freshness of it. This one, I would say, it's just a good everyday. I'm just super partial to oolongs, period. I'm a super fan. So again, steeping vessel. I'm going to put that lid on. We're going to let it sit for a moment. I'm going to pour this on. Get it ready. Let's finish that here. All right, so we're going to let this one, we're just going to let this kind of marinate a little bit because, again, now we've steeped it a few times. And so you want to let the water just kind of hang out with it a little bit longer. All right. All right, so we're going to take our pot and we're going to pour it on. Now, see, now I use these, you know, the black cups, which I love, but I can tell the color of the liquor is becoming more rich, more amber. Unfortunately, with this type of vessel, it's not that apparent. Let's pour off yours and pour off mine. So next time I will use probably a different vessel. If any of you happen to know what this says, please go ahead and post in the timeline or the whatever you call it, the little messages. But this is what we are steeping and sipping today. Again, I will get the proper pronunciation and the exact harvest type of this particular oolong that I did get from my vendors, who we are so grateful for out there. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, so here's the thing about oolongs. Oolongs are either like super umami, like buttery, full mouthfeel. Some are roasted, some are very floral, some have kind of fruit. This one is more leaning towards an apricot fruit. You know, so this is going to be like your apricot fruit tea. It's good though. It's subtle. Again, a nice everyday. This would be really great with a sweet pastry. Just something that has not too sweet, but something that has a fruit into it, an apricot, some sort of like pineapple, mango. This would just kind of marry with the flavor as well. So this is your steep session. We've got KCRW going in the background, which I love. If you're an LA person, then you know 89.9. Otherwise, wherever you are, kcrw.com. Super awesome station, super great tunes. But for me, I'm going to go ahead and finish this tea. Thank you. steep sessions. Oh, before I let you go, feel free to put a message in the box. You can also DM me at My Tea Therapy on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. I'm gonna be honest though, I'm most active on Instagram and Twitter. Facebook is just a bit convoluted, so I don't deal with it too often. And if you know somebody locally that can kind of help with the social media aspects of it. All right, again, myteatherapy.com on your social webs. This has been your Steep Sessions, and I really appreciate you sipping with me today and unboxing this tea. Cheers.